Hi and welcome to My CTO Friend, the place where non-technical founders build successful startups by improving their tech management skills. I'm Amaury, and today I'm going to answer a question from Mary, a startup founder who has a developer as a co-founder, and they are building their first web platform. She wants to know how to organize regular meetings with developers. Before answering this question, let's add a bit of context. Mary and her co-founder are building a web platform in the legal tech area. They are making themselves known in their market, and they announced the launch of their platform several months ago. But the deadline is coming up, and planning is very tight. First off, let me tell you that most startups are often bad when it comes to development time management. And let's see what are the root causes before getting to the solution. By definition, startups build innovative products. This in turn means a solution for a market that might not know this type of solution exists or is even possible. So as a solution provider, we move based on hypotheses. We have to evaluate people's needs, getting feedbacks, and shaping solutions that hopefully will suit to the market, or at least to a niche. On their side, developers don't like uncertainties. They prefer to define a plan, features list, and code, adding time for their new ideas and unpredictable development to their to-do list. That's unfortunately how developers work, which makes developing a startup project even more challenging. In theory, the solution is called agile methodology, but only a few are actually good implementing it. I've personally shaped a regular meeting format to help founders and their technical team catch up and review the development, sticking as much as possible to the schedule planning. So if like Mary, you need to work with developers and organize regular meetings, which I highly recommend you to do, of course, here is the agenda I propose. First, it's always good to remember why you are here. Do you have a big conference soon? Or an event which you will get some visibility? A launch date you announced a few months ago? Or a commitment you made to an important prospective client? Everyone needs to be aware of all the business constraints. This way, if developers have to make small decisions like, for example, do I need to refactor this portion of code to make it cleaner? They will always take into consideration the long-term benefits versus the due date of the product. And I'm not saying that good developers are those who are bad at coding. Good developers are those who anticipate things and take into consideration business before technical perfection. Once everyone has the project goal in mind, we are ready to start the review with the following questions. What had we planned and what is supposed to be done at this point? Or how far along are we with unfinished development? For that part, I really like asking percentage to people. For instance, okay, this task is not done yet, but what percentage have we accomplished? Or, okay, but how much time did you spend on this and how much time left is there? I always double check this type of question because as a developer, we tend to focus on doing things and we sometimes lose ourselves into details. We might forget that this tiny well-designed checkbox shouldn't require half a day, while there is a lot more to do and more important features to develop. Younger generations are pretty good at finding these small features and working on them for fun, and because they think it will be good for the product. But they are not taking into consideration the user persona and the schedule planning when doing this. So by asking this type of question on a regular basis, the developer will know better and stick to the plan. And by the way, just asking is not enough. Request demonstrations. Sometimes it's not possible, but often this is the most important part of a regular meeting. It will let you know if you are both on the same page and if what has been developed so far lives us to our expectations. Basically, I believe that developers should set their own goals by themselves, evaluating if a feature will take 2 hours or an entire week. So ask them what they are going to do until the next meeting. And ask them what the global development topic is going to be for each week left. If you only have 6 weeks left before the deadline, make sure that by then you will get everything you are expecting. Now, the next one and the most important one for me is, what are the risks? There are 2 types of risks. First, the technical risks. Let's ask as example, what technical task would you be doing for the first time? Doing something new always takes more time than expected, especially if we need to learn new techniques, evaluate portions of open source codes, or implement API services, or even just waiting for a support reply. It's not hard to run out of time, and what I recommend to any technical team is to tackle the riskiest part right at the beginning. The second type of risk are the third parties. Are you using outsourcing, a partner that is supposed to send you specifications, or just maybe a graphic designer that is supposed to send you some file under a specific format? Basically, ask people what we, as a team, should pay attention to in order to anticipate difficulties. And the last point is, where are we budget-wise? And by budget, I'm not talking about money, but most importantly, time. Does it follow what they evaluate at the beginning? Have they wasted more time than expected? Are they okay? Even if your development team sold you an application for a fixed price, I highly recommend you to ask this question. It will bring forward any possible source of conflict beforehand. Maybe you haven't agreed with clear enough specifications, or the developer may not be that good for evaluation, and may ask for bonuses down the road just to finish the work. That would be a shame, but it has often happened. Believe me, these things are a lot easier to handle when they are anticipated. So, to conclude, leading development has never been easy, especially with a startup project which tends to change during the development process. So keep in mind the minimum agenda for a regular meeting with your developer. Project goals and business deadline first, then tasks review and demonstration. What's next? What are the risks? And where are we budget-wise? So if, like Mary, you have specific questions for your project, just go ahead and ask on myctofriend.co/ask. I will do my best to answer your question by video or to redirect you to existing content that will answer it. And also, be sure to go through our other courses at myctofriend.co to learn more from real startup growth experience. Waiting for your question, I'm looking forward to seeing you in other videos. Cheers!